We have some absolute fire cards being revealed from the Japanese set Heatwave Arena, which will be half of our Destined Rival set. Now, this set is just under 2 weeks away from its official release on the Japanese side, and we got our first look here at Cynthia's Garchomp. And now this is a SAR in Japanese, it'll be SIR in English. And this card is absolute fire. This is one of those sets, especially for the English side, the Destined Rival side, I've already been getting hyped for, which is kind of something I don't really do like a ton for these upcoming sets. Like there's cards I like, but like overall the vibe of this set, it's starting to really grow on me. We haven't even seen the Team Rocket stuff, so like, and that's what I'm most excited for. But I just wanted to take some time to really appreciate this card. Like this is a super cool card. Like Garchomp, he's like charging through. He's looking real cool. He's got his mouth open, and you can see from what I can tell, looks like we're in the stadium doing a battle. She's up on the big screen, behind her. I don't know, just the art style and everything about this card. Really, when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is going to be a nice card from the set. And I'm not a big Cynthia or even a Garchomp, big fan, but this card, I just saw this and I was like, wow, this is absolutely epic. So this one was just revealed. We have some other ones that have been revealed as well, and so I feel like Heatwave Arena on the Japanese side is really starting to look pretty solid. I think for me, comparatively to like Journey Together, even if you want to compare the Japanese side, I think that this is already looking much better for me as a collector, right? Everyone has their preferences and their tastes. And I mean, come on, let me know in the comments, like right off the bat, how are we feeling about this card right now? Because I feel like this is going to be mostly just liked by most people. But let me know if I'm wrong. Like I like to get your guys' opinion, so maybe I'm out of touch here. But yeah, I think this is an absolutely stunning card. Yeah, it's very excited, and that gets me kind of thinking, about some of the other cards, Garchomp cards that we already have, right? And Cynthia's Garchomp right here, from Astral Radiance Trainer Gallery card, right? This is a nice looking Trainer Gallery card. People have liked this card a lot, but I mean comparatively, like come on, the new one absolutely stunning. So, but the reason I'm bringing this card up and a few others, and then we do have some more card reveals to talk about towards the back half of the video. But speculative. A lot of people like to do the speculative plays. Like there's even more. There was already speculative plays happening about the megas that have recently been announced, but then some people wanting to speculate even further about the megas, and so people want to pick cards up. And this is one of those ones where it's already up 182%, right, in the past 3 months, and 22% in the past month. So this card's been climbing. 3 months ago it was $27. Now we're in the 70s. So will this card continue to run based off of the reveal of this card, right? So this card's going to be expensive, and this is going to become the lesser version, right? The lesser, more affordable option, right, I should say, right? So it makes me wonder, even though we're up 182%, will this continue to push up higher, and where will that go, right? And you can see last sold's fairly consistent in the 70s. You do have some as high as like 90-ish on the Garchomp V. Lowest listed right now is around 74, which is a little bit under market, but pretty much right there. So the Cynthia's trainer gallery card, it's just something to keep an eye on. I don't do a lot of speculative buying for singles. So, if that's something that you're into, maybe take a look at it. There could be something there. I don't know by how much. A year ago, worth noting, this was a sub $20 card, and we're up 288%. Then we have another card I wanted to talk about as well, and this card's kind of been on its way down. The Garchomp from Paradox Rift, right? This is special illustration rare. No Cynthia involved, but I thought it was worth talking about because I do like this card. I do think it's cool with like everything that's going on. It's a nice looking card, like art style. It looks cool. This one's been down in the last month, right? This one's come down. The peak in the last month, around 50, 52, and it's come down around $10, right? Some 140-ish copies available. You can see last sold's pretty much at or around 40, upper 30s, low 40s on the Garchomp. So this is another one. I don't know if this one's going to run, in relationship to this one. I'm going to keep pulling up this one just because I think it's a nice card. Um, there's no Cynthia, and I'm not a big trainer collector either. So it's not even the fact that there's Cynthia in here per se. I'm not a trainer collector. This is just an epic card. So I don't know how much the Garchomp is going to move. But it's just another thing to bring up. There could be some potential here. Garchomp hype, especially like this card comes out the gate very expensive from the set. Then that's going to be when we see the movement. So once again, speculative plays to be had. Lowest listed on this is around $42, which is right at market. So that's kind of to be expected. So let me know if you guys think the Garchomps are going to move just based off of this announcement, or you think we might see more movement, uh, upward movement potentially when the set releases. I don't know. It's we never know when these things are going to happen. The market is so crazy right now. But also random, when I was just looking for Garchomp cards, I just wanted to point out this card. It's not a Cynthia related Garchomp at all, and it's more of a Giratina. But this tag team Sun and Moon promo card really just caught my eye. Albeit I do like Giratina a lot, so that's playing a big factor for me. But this Garchomp and Giratina promo tag team card just really caught my eye. It's a really nice looking card. I like Giratina a lot. Garchomp facing away from the view of the card makes it a little bit less of a Garchomp card, in my opinion. And this one has seen some big growth recently, and you can see low supply available on TCG Player right now, only 11 copies. This one went from 22 up to 47 in the last 3 months, but more interestingly, recently we are seeing some sales in the $60, mid to upper 60s. So, and lowest listed right now, we do have some in the 60s right here, but then after those, we're seeing upper 60s to 70s. So just a nice little promo card that you may not be aware of if you are a Garchomp fan and maybe possibly a Giratina fan as well. Just know that this card exists. If you're newer to the hobby, there's always cards that pop up, that you may not be aware of. So just keep an eye out for this card if you're interested. I don't know. I don't think this one's gonna have too big a movement because of the other card. Pull up the other card again. Okay, I like the card. Then we do have some other Cynthia cards, being announced recently too. Cynthia's Roserade here. Now this is not a SAR. This is just an AR, which would be an IR. I wish they would just like align the Japanese and English terminology for the cards, but it's okay. So we got Cynthia, another nice looking card. I'm not a Roserade fan either, but this does have like kind of like it has an aura to this card. Our hair's like whipping around. So I'm assuming that this would be a very popular card, very popular in Japan too. The whole waifu craze thing going on. Probably very popular in the Japanese side. I don't know to what extent on the English side, but you can see this is just another one where I just really appreciate the Pokemon is nice and big too. Sometimes some of the cards, even albeit nice arts and stuff, when the Pokemon's like way far in the background, sometimes that could be hit or miss. Like sometimes it looks cool, but sometimes it doesn't land for me. But very prominently featured, Cynthia and Roserade. So this is another card. Cynthia popularity. We'll see where these ones end up too. So more nice cards being announced from the set. And you can see this is on the Japanese side before secret rares. So we're at 65 out of 63. So 63 before secret rares, and that's how it's gonna split up half, right? It's a smaller set in the 60s. So we're gonna between the Team Rocket and the Heatwave Arena, that's gonna make up the English Destined Rivals. A few other cards to talk about as well, and we're gonna touch on some ones that we had already seen, but I do think are worth noting if you haven't seen. You got the Hydrapple. They've been really pushing. I feel like this Pokemon recently. Got an SIR recently. And this card's kind of cool looking. I'm not a big fan of this Pokemon personally, but it has a lot of colors. It's a nice looking art. So a little AR, he's blasting. So it's kind of a fun looking card. But I don't know. Some of the new Pokemon can be silly coming out of the apple. But silly can be fun as well. So any Hydrapple fans, let me know. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this particular card. Great time to be a Hydrapple fan if that is one of your favorite Pokemon. Lots of great cards coming out for Hydrapple. So, very interesting there. I'd say this is one of the lesser cards from the set. And then, this is a big one that has me very excited as well. We talked about this when this got revealed, but worth bringing up again is the Ethan's Ho-Oh right here. I was a Pokemon Gold player. growing up. That was the version I got. So, and I feel like Ho-Oh just like doesn't get enough credit compared to Lugia. And Lugia is the top dog, and that's fine. I love Lugia too, but I just like this card a lot. SAR, nice looking card. Now, comparatively, the Cynthia's Garchomp is way cooler. So a little bit jealous, not being as big of a fan of Garchomp, but being a bigger Ho-Oh fan. So I get it. But I'm still happy to have this card. It's a very stunning looking card. It is beautiful looking. I can't wait to see how it looks in person. So I'm excited for this card as well. And this is where I start to get excited. Like, we haven't even touched the Team Rocket stuff. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I really am, and I apologize. But I'm just very, very excited. And like I said, that's not something I really do too much recently. The collector side of me, if I'm being completely honest, like I did it. Prismatic. I was excited for Prismatic, but everything got so expensive so quick. For like I haven't been able to really rip much product. I couldn't justify ripping much product. I opened one ETB and that's all I opened. Um, for me personally on the prismatic side. So, this set and we're gonna be in the same boat. It looks like with this set, it's gonna be very expensive. So, one of those things where either you're gonna have to pay to play essentially to probably rip these packs. So, but yeah. Anyways, but we're talking about the cards. The Ho-Oh card really nice, and then we talked about this one recently, but I wanted to bring it up as well. Got a nice Rapidash art rare. So I thought this was a nice looking card too. And we don't really talk about the base cards too much, but we can talk about them while they're here. Nice looking Ponyta, nice looking Rapidash. I like the Ponyta just chilling. But common cards we're not really too deep in. And then there is a little bit of if you're not familiar, like the Japanese side. I saw this big on my recent trip to Japan, which was back in like October. But they get a lot of cool product that we don't get. A lot of sleeves, a lot of exclusive stuff that it just doesn't make its way over to the English side, and kind of jealous. I'm sure a lot of the players. I don't really play the TCG. It's something I've kind of been dabbling with learning, but I have so far to go. But this is a great. I'm sure you love expressing the new sets and all your sleeves, right? So we got you got the Typhlosion and the Ho-Oh. I think this is sick with this is a really cool artwork between the two right here. I want a tag team card of this. That looks really cool. So I can really appreciate the artworks of the sleeves. They got some cool stuff. You got a Misty Psyduck sleeve as well. The deck box too, nice looking. Roll up to the tournaments with your deck box and your sleeves. So I totally get it. Like, I just don't. I haven't gotten to that point yet, and hopefully I will in the future. Nice Cynthia and Garchomp sleeves as well. Deck box for the same thing. So I do think that these are cool to see. Just other products. I like seeing what's out there. You got your little playmat here, which I do think is cool too. The playmats, actually having the little like here's where your deck goes and all that stuff. Having the bench and the battlefield. I like seeing the slots on there too. I feel like a lot of the playmats, at least on the English side, it's just like the mat and there's not like all the designations. Which you don't need if you know how to play the game, obviously. But we got Arvin here too. His poor, he's always making a sandwich here. That one's okay for me. Not Shaman, super adorable. There's a lot of people who are just in love the cutesy aspect of Pokemon. This one's probably doing something for you. The deck box as well. I don't know what it's a little card frame. And then we got some really cool Pikachu stuff that I do think, art wise, very cool. This Japanese art with the Pikachu and the Victini, that's fun. Another really cool one right here. They always do so much cool stuff with Pikachu, so it's kind of nice to see. Some more sleeves here as well, and just leaning so hard into the Japanese. It's so cool. And then you got this one too. I mean, they're just all cool. I like the exclusivity of it. Another one again, like you got Charizard here in the background too. Just some cool stuff that I thought is worth mentioning. Right here, all cool stuff. So yeah, I don't know how much, if any, will be coming over to the English side. But the Japanese side really gets spoiled when it comes to sleeves and deck boxes and stuff like that. So, That's all we have for today's video. I just wanted to talk about, I really wanted to talk about the Cynthia's Garchomp, and then also, touch on some of the stuff that had already been revealed. But if you hadn't seen, like, I wanted to bring those cards up again because not everyone watches every single video seeing all of the cards. So it's fun to stay up with the news too. For me, I like seeing the new card releases. I know I'm sure there's some people who don't, they just wait. But I like getting excited for the sets. And so I think it's a fun part of just the cycle, like seeing them announced or leaked or whatever they are, right? And then you wait, and then the Japanese side comes out, and you can kind of see like where, well, for example, like the Cynthia's Garchomp, like, oh, how expensive is that in Japanese? And then we talk about, okay, well, where's it going to be in English, right? Like, how expensive do you think it'll be on the English side? And the markets are so different. But then there's a lot of people collecting Japanese even on the English side. So it's just a fun, it's a fun part of the cycle for me, the news cycle. I do enjoy it. I think it's fun. But that's all I have for this one, guys. A little bit shorter than some of the normal videos, but let me know how you guys are feeling about this. I feel like it's really starting to come together. Heatwave Arena side, and it's, yeah, I can't wait to see more. And then yeah, Team Rocket is where things are going to get absolutely nuts. So looking forward to that. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all you guys who watch and comment. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, it was never phase.